I grew up out in the country, out on a rural property. My dad actually owns a metalworking shop, number 12, and all in there I would walk around the landscape and find interesting things that I just liked to look at. You can see a lot on the walls where I eventually gained a lot of inspiration for my work from. All of my work is fabricated steel. Oftentimes people think that it's actually wood, but it is all fabricated metal. It's a special kind of steel called weathering steel or 410 steel. I also like the very natural tones of this material. You paint something, to me it has a very plastic feel that's very cold and it distances you from the work. Whereas with my work, quite often I will have people walk up and start to caress it. I always feel like if I can get you to want to caress rusted metal, I've accomplished something. All of my work is designed using simple sketches and a basic line cartoon drawing. I don't use computers. I don't use any advanced sort of imaging techniques. I use half-inch solid round rod, and I bend it cold by hand. Just simple tools, and on my tabletop. So the works end up looking like a drawing in space. After those half-inch rods are built up, then maybe I need to add a smaller rod structure. So if you look on the surface of this one, you can see these faint lines. Those are actually the rod framework underneath. So in between all of these lines, I hand-cut sheet steel to fit, weld it solid, and grind all the welds down. So there is a lot of grinding. Early on in the stage, when it's in this line drawing, if I don't like part of it, I just take a torch and cut it off, and I can redo it. It takes almost nothing. So in that sense, it's a very fluid. In the early stage, it's incredibly fluid to decide on what the ultimate form is. And then, of course, there's months of work after that to finish the piece. But that has its own quality as well. So in the process of finishing it is when I can decide when to leave certain welds visible, have that texture that imparts sort of the complexity of the work that mirrors the complexity you find in the world.